Welcome, everyone, to the home of the War Chant, Osceola, Renegade, and the Florida State Seminoles, a place simply known to some as the Dope. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Longhorns will boot it away to start the game. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. The inside handoff. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation.
Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet. You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Finds his tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now.
It's a fumble on the play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, you know, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Looking to pass. It's Coleman Hope. This one's complete.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Looking to throw for it. And that pass picked off. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Texas! What a great play by the defensive, paying it off with the interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
To the air, it's Croman Hope. Fires to the middle. On target to the left. Hit the afterburners, kid. The spin, still on his feet. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a short gain here in the 1st quarter will come to a close.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. Texas 7, Florida State 0.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Quarterback keeper. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida State.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's golden.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
At the 45 on his way. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. The hand to the running back. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Those horns are up, and they are sharp in the running game.
Yeah, just pounding the rock, playing physical. And I think when you think about great Texas teams, you probably think about the running game, the physicality. And I could go through so many backs with Cedric Benson and Ricky Williams and all those guys that, and just recently Bijan Robinson, high draft picks, really, really good running backs.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Looking downfield, it's Ewers. Gets it out quickly. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. You can hand it to him, throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this game.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. He wants it all. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
One thing I love about this linebacker, guys, he's really good against the run, but he's also nice in coverage, too. That time, a cover 2 look by the defense, so he's just playing in space. He's watching the quarterback's eyes. He's able to jump the route and come away with a turnover.
Looking to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Makes the catch down the right side. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a man. It's Coleman Hope. Makes the grab on the left. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Buys a little time. The throw. Catch in the middle. It's Lucas. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll immediately call timeout.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
Looking for a gap. It's Holmes. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, no! He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. They march 78 yards down the field, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. One more snap coming before halftime. They'll throw it on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They'll knock him down, and that will take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Seminoles will line up to kick off and start the second half. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Back to throw, it's Ewers. They're working that left side. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. The Longhorns are on the move. To the air on first down. They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Man, those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Longhorns will hustle to the line. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Makes the grab. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
A first down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Virginia Tech picked a bad day to have a bad day. The once proud tradition Frank Beamer built there in Blacksburg, they're a long way from that right now. They're trailing by 14 to North Carolina. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Tight end getting vertical. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
The Seminoles with the 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Oh, that is a rope for the completion in this offense. I'll tell you, you think about great Seminole quarterbacks, the 3 W's, Wenke, Winston, Ward. Dudes that could change the game, Heisman Trophy winners. Every defensive coordinator was scared every time they had to play the Seminoles because of that vaunted passing attack. And this guy, I think he has D coordinators seeing ghosts because this guy can play at a high level.
Yeah, and the number one thing you want to do with a jet sweep is make that thing bounce, right? Don't let it get outside right now. Make that thing go east-west, not north-south. Great job by the defense being ready for that jet sweep.
Back to pass, it's Croman Hope. Quarterback adapting. On the move, he fires. Got his man all by himself. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the third quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown Seminoles. They move on top here in the fourth. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Here's the handoff. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
He's going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Dropping back, it's Ewers. Shoots it to the left. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. With jet sweep pass. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Pocket starts to collapse. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. You put it all on display on that side.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. back to pass. It's Ewers. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He's now up to 83 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Back to throw, it's Ewers. Fires to the end zone. And the ball is picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you've got to score, you've got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost them.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Right back to the well. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Leaves it with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Using his legs, it's Holmes. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. And the Noles will call on their punt team. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Timeout called by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. The Seminoles will punt it away on 4th down. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Back to throw. It's Ewers. They're bringing heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, and they get to him. Had a chance for an all-time finish, but the defense put a stop to it, and that's the final play of the game. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis.